What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Better Than Static. I am your host, as always, Tyler, and then I have my buddy Chris with me today.
Hola.
There you go. Getting some culture in on this episode. We are shorthanded, as you can tell, because we usually have three people on here. Lucas is on vacation, which is probably much needed because he's been working on his master's, and he's out for the summer. I think. I don't know. He might be taking more classes. I don't. He might be done. I don't know.
He's not done.
Am I a bad friend because I don't know Chris?
No, he's not done.
Oh, he's not done. Okay. I
I
didn't
think he
think.
has until December.
Okay. Somebody had mentioned it to me, and it made me think because I didn't think he was done. I thought he had like a couple more classes, and then they're like, "No, I'm pretty sure he's out." And I'm like, maybe he is. Am I a bad friend?
I
But
legit don't think he's done.
yeah, but he is at the beach this week. Which that's good for him. But he also isn't a big fan of the beach. But he'll be with his family and he'll have a great time, or has had a great time. I don't know. He might be on his way back. It's been a week, but I guess since we're talking about vacation, Chris, what has been your favorite vacation you ever took?
Ireland.
Ireland. Well, that's cool because like that was a paid for one, right? Through your school.
I had to pay for it.
Oh, I thought it was like paid for through Moorhead.
Lord no.
That'd be sweet. um, but like, what made it the best one for you?
Uh, cause it was the first time I went abroad. I mean, I went to Jamaica on a mission trip, but like it was the first trip I went on without like my parents, and that was kind of cool.
No, that'd
And
be
I just and it was I used all my other vacations were usually like roller coaster centered, but this one wasn't, and I enjoyed that.
that's probably pretty cool. Like just to mix things up, and then also the thing with it makes you feel more like not more alive, but like more independent when
Cultured.
well cultured to go abroad and stuff. But like to like feel more free when your parent like if your parents didn't go like that was your first one without your parents, that'd be pretty cool. My so my favorite vacation with my family was we went out west and we did like this big loop. Like we flew into Salt Lake City, Utah, then we went up to the Grand Tetons, then did Yellowstone, and then did like we went to the Black Hills, saw Crazy Horse, Mount Rushmore, went like Cody, Wyoming. All like it was really cool and historic, and it was something that I think everybody enjoyed, which made it one big thing. Like because everybody was in awe of the like the giant mountains, the beautiful scenery, like the history that we got to like walk with, and it was something that appeased everyone. My mom did a great job planning that trip. It was also the first trip that my brother-in-law went with us, but he wasn't my brother-in-law yet. I think they were engaged at that point, but that was a fun one. My like, but my favorite one without my family was probably the one we went to Austin. I really enjoyed our trip to Austin because we did stuff that me, you, and Lucas enjoyed, but also it was neat to experience a new city and be at a place that there were other people that liked the same things as us, like at the RTX at the Rooster Teeth Expo, which was really cool. But my first trip without my parents was when I went to Bangladesh on a mission trip. But that wasn't I don't know that's not a vacation, but that was
That
like
wasn't a
yeah,
vacation. That was work. I mean, not work, but
but it was like you had a purpose. Like it wasn't to go and rest; it was to go and do good things.
yeah.
Yeah. What would be your dream vacation, Chris? Like, if no, money is no option, or not no option is no limit. What is the word I'm looking for?
Money's no option. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm making sure
No
I'm
object.
no object. That's the word I was looking for.
If money's no object, I would just go. I would take one gigantic vacation to visit every state.
Ooh, like a road trip, or would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you'd have to fly to Alaska and
Oh, well,
Hawaii.
I could drive. I could drive to Alaska.
Yeah, that's true. So, okay, which side would you start on?
I would go east to west.
Okay, that's probably pretty. Do like the settlers, start in the east and just go west. Oh, what you could
Uh,
do is like fly to Maine, rent a car, then do like the coast and or would you go like would you zigzag? Or would you do
I
like a
would.
loop?
I would start at the east, go south. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really planned it because I can't do it.
I mean, yeah, but I figured you might know like the best way to go through the whole US because like your map collection and your geography thing.
I mean, uh, it would depend on kind of what I ended up wanting to see because some stuff isn't that important to see in my mind, and some stuff is. It just depends on my interest. Like if I some states like Kansas, I don't really know what much I could do in Kansas.
So that's just like stopping in Kansas to say, "Hey, I stopped in Kansas, had fun," and then you went somewhere
Because
else.
there's a super old geocache in Kansas,
Yeah, that's true.
but that's the extent of as much of Kansas as I really
The extent
know
of
about.
we didn't go into Kansas. No, yeah, we did. We went into Kansas.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. We got to see Kansas across the river. That's what it was.
That's not sufficient.
I know, but well, yeah, because you want to be in Kansas because you want to be in every 50 state. I'm just saying, like, I thought we went, like, when we went to North Dakota for the mission trip for like
South Dakota.
South Dakota, yeah. Um, like we went like we went through Kansas, but we didn't. We got as close as Kansas as you probably physically could get, and then didn't go in.
Without, yeah, that was done deliberately to make me mad.
Was it really?
I guarantee it was.
Well, I mean, is there a route from where we started through Kansas to get home that wasn't
No,
like extra time?
but the one that he took, I mean, he could have just stayed on the interstate.
Oh,
Why
and
did he get off the interstate and go towards Kansas like that, and then to deliberately just closely shave it on the other side? If we would have just stayed on the interstate like the regular route, I would have been fine.
yeah. Oh, you just think where he got off, it was like our driver was like, "We're gonna mess with Chris and see how
Yeah,
close we can get to where he wants to be." Well, maybe there was
yeah.
like a traffic jam we didn't see or something. Maybe he has like Waze or something and it told him to get off.
Think about who was driving.
I mean, yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to think the worst of people. That I mean, I used to, but now I don't.
No, that was done deliberately.
All right, Chris. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take you to Kansas. We're gonna go to Kansas.
We got to figure out something to do though.
We'll just go and then come back.
That doesn't sound like fun.
Well, we could go. I know the Kansas City Royals and the
They're in Missouri.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, but they're really, I guess they're really close. So what we could do is we could stay in Kansas and then just drive to the game and then drive back to Kansas. Maybe find something to do there. I don't know. What?
Eat barbecue.
Yeah, we could eat barbecue in Kansas. Kansas City barbecue. It's like it's got the slaw on it, right? That's like their big thing. We're Kansas City barbecue. Like if you get
I
a
don't know.
there's so many different types of barbecue, and I don't know which is which. What type is just like sloppy, sweet, barbecue sauce on like I don't know pulled pork? Like
The only one I know specifically is North Carolina is vinegar based. The barbecue sauce is vinegar based instead of like it's or mustard based maybe. I don't remember.
I think, I think Kansas might be vinegar based. What's like okay? What's Sweet Baby Ray's based? I need to know this.
Dude, I have no idea.
I want to know what type of barbecue Sweet Baby Ray's is, because I don't know. When I think barbecue, I think like the thick, like like dark red barbecue sauce. You know what I mean? Like the maroonish barbecue sauce with like the pepper in it and stuff. I don't I don't think of the weird mustard or vinegar based. Is that Kentucky? Is that
No,
Kentucky?
Kentucky's mutton.
But there is no way barbecue mutton is Kentucky's signature thing for barbecue because I've never had it and I've lived in Kentucky my whole life.
Look it up.
Well, I'm looking up
I'm
what
telling you,
like
I'm
Sweet
telling
Baby.
you it is.
But where do you do? Where would you get it?
Owensboro.
Is that like the barbecue capital of Kentucky?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm trying to find the Sweet Baby Ray's like what type of barbecue is that? They're
They
saying
might not want you to
it's
know.
original. What?
Then maybe it's like KFC that they don't want you to know the secret ingredient.
Well, I don't care about the secret ingredient. I just want to know like what style. What style or could I just I wonder if I could just styles of barbecue? Okay, I looked up styles of barbecue sauce. Okay, I found a good. It's called Regional Barbecue Sauce Styles Explained. Is the article type? It's through Google. I just want to know the different types. So Eastern North Carolina is a vinegar sauce, which I would thought that was all North Carolina. Piedmont or Lexington style dip. It was an introduction of Heinz ketchup in 1876. It's like with a tangy vinegar based sauce that's lightly reddened and sweetened by the introduction of ketchup. I don't know. I don't know. And then there's South Carolina style mustard sauce, Texas style mop or basting sauce. I don't think that. I guess we had that at Rudy's when we went to Austin.
Sure.
Kansas City style sauce. Okay, so Kansas City is the thick and sweet and tangy sauces.
So
So
that's
that's the original, I guess. Hmm. That's so the Texas style is like a glaze. It just moistens the meat. I don't like that word as it smokes. So like Texas barbecues, I guess they put some stuff on it before they cook it. Alabama white sauce.
yeah, it's
I don't like the name of that.
it's white barbecue sauce.
It just sounds weird.
It is.
And it was in a TV show with Aziz Ansari, Master of None. I've seen that episode, but they said that stuff was in Nashville, which they lied. Um, and then yeah, okay, yeah. So Kansas City is well, I wouldn't say the original barbecue, but it's like the what everybody thinks of as
The
barbecue sauce.
standard.
Yeah, like like what you get when you like want something to dip your chicken nuggets in, or like your chicken fingers, or like what you put on. Like it's Sweet Baby Ray's style sauce, I guess is Kansas City. Like the thick, dark maroon sweet sauce. Like I guess it's kind of the stuff you get at Sonny's if you get the sweet.
The standard sauces.
Yeah. Like I guess that is. I don't know for a fact, but I would think that is. So we could go get some barbecue at Kansas City because I like that style of barbecue.
I mean, we could.
I mean, that's what we were talking about going to the trip on Kansas. I don't know. And then we got sidetracked by barbecue sauce.
As you do.
I mean, I get sidetracked by a lot of things. Barbecue sauce is something better to get sidetracked by than other things I've gotten sidetracked by on this podcast.
Methamphetamine,
Black tar heroin.
serial killers.
Serial killers, you would think would be a bad thing to get sidetracked on, but the true crime scene is just it's there now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's what I mean by that is like if you start a podcast and it's true crime, you usually get you get a pretty good following, which is I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything about that, but I know like last podcast on the left is a big one. A lot of people like. I don't like the true crime stuff because, well, if we're gonna talk about it, you have to do a lot of research on that stuff because you got to figure out the backstory, how many people. Well, I guess you
Motivate.
don't.
They have to read books and stuff.
Yeah, they have to do a lot of work. We can just go watch a movie or play a video game and then come back and talk about it, or just talk about awkward situations in our life.
I haven't had a lot recently. I've been pretty keeping my nose down.
Is new Chris like making you less awkward?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just haven't had a lot of avenues to test him out recently.
Sounds
Everything's been pretty chill.
it sounds like we're testing a new product or something, and not like you being more confident and stuff when we say new Chris and then talk about him in third person.
I mean, it's the way she goes.
Well, it's the way he goes because it's a he, right?
Oh.
Well, is new Chris a he? How does
Well,
new Chris
yeah.
identify?
No, I'm just saying. Okay, whatever.
What?
No, I was just saying that. I don't know what I was saying. Never mind.
All right, Chris. So no spoilers, but I want to know what you enjoyed about Detective Pikachu because I'm gonna go see it tonight. I haven't seen it yet, so I want people to know like our review of it, but not like spoilers yet because not all no I know there's no way that everybody's seen it yet. but you know what I mean. So what were the positives of Detective Pikachu?
It okay. It felt realistic in that I'm getting shot by a skeleton. In that, like it did. Obviously, it's not realistic in the fact that it's Pokemon, but like they didn't make it seem like this weird thing. It was just accepted as fact. Nobody acted like it was a weird thing that Pokemon. I mean, obviously they wouldn't, but like it felt believable. Maybe it's probably the better word. You could buy it, I guess, is the better word for it.
So
Um,
was there any like backstory description of like, or did it just come in like this is the world Pikachu and like it
yeah,
is the way it is?
this is the world Pokemon exist.
Well, that's pretty cool. I think that I like that style thing because you just go in and you're like, all right, well, this is how the world is. This movie's gonna show me some things. And I just got to pick them up as I go, I guess.
Not really. I mean, if you know anything about Pokemon, you'll be fine. There'll be if you're not that up to date, there'll be some you don't recognize. But I mean, on the whole, it's easy to understand. It's not there's no real big leaps of faith you have to take with the suspension of disbelief. Honestly,
So let's say somebody is going to see this movie and they don't know anything about Pokemon. Are they still going to be are they still going to enjoy it and be entertained?
do they like cute animals? Then yes, if yes, they'll be fine.
Okay, cool. Cause I went to watch John Wick 3 last night. I should cuz Samantha wanted to go see Pokemon Detective Pikachu with me. And I think Detective Pikachu is just going to be funny cuz Ryan Reynolds is the voice of Pikachu and it's got I would think it would be a cleaner version of Deadpool.
A little bit, yeah.
So I thought that would be funny for her to see cuz she hasn't seen any of the John Wick movies. So I didn't want her to jump in on the third one and be like, well, what the frick's going on? So I'm like, there's two movies I want to see. And she was hanging out with her friends last night, so I was just like, I'll go see this one, and then she can go see the one that would make sense to start with. Like, you don't need any prior experience for the Detective Pikachu.
No, I
And
don't think so.
yeah, I think you're gonna there. I mean, there's jokes and stuff, so it's kind of like comedy, kind of like
Yeah, and
mystery.
the jokes aren't like Pokemon centric. Like it's not like you're gonna make a joke and then only people that play or watch Pokemon are gonna get it. I mean, it's not like it's a story. Like it's going to sound. It's a story that can be told in another universe, but it's told through Pokemon, and I think that's cool. They didn't just make it Pokemon specific in a way. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
like obviously the plot deals with Pokemon in a way, but like you could tell some variation of this story in a different universe.
and I what I would say is, it's not gonna be like, oh, there's a trainer in the movie and he's gonna go fight like the Elite Four or whatever. It's something that would just like it's like something that would just come up. You wouldn't have to know, well, who the frick are the Elite Four or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
It's not like you're playing a Pokemon game. It's just this is a movie. Some of the characters are Pokemon. Some of the plot deals with Pokemon, and they're just in the world of Pokemon. It's not like you can't go have a good time and try to figure out what Detective Pikachu's trying to find out. Would
yeah,
that'd be correct to say that?
yeah.
That's cool.
Lots of good. I think there's some good twists too. Stuff that came out of left field. I was like, oh wow, I didn't expect that to happen. It's pretty cool.
I know when the movie first like came out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be neat because Pokemon battles. But I heard there's not a lot of Pokemon battles,
No, there's not, and it's fine.
which I think for your first Pokemon movie you can't do that because
No,
not everybody's
it's
gonna
fine.
get it. Yeah,
It's fine.
which I think it was you that said this is like the first. This will be a great movie to introduce the world of Pokemon to where there can be more real life Pokemon movies.
Yes.
And I think once you get those more Pokemon movies, they're either gonna like kind of like show you the way more through the Pokemon universe of this is what like the old video games did if you don't know anything about Pokemon, but also they'll be for the actual fans of Pokemon, and there might be, have like your rival show up or like the main character's rival show up or something campy like for the OG people
I don't.
maybe.
I don't know if they need it.
You don't know if they need so like that. So you think the style they're going for right now is just it's good, just to go
Yeah, I
for
think it
like.
stands on its own.
Well, that's good. I think a lot of people or a lot of companies are working more of like they want branding to go for more than one movie now, and sometimes I don't think that's always the best. So you think this one could stand alone and they don't need to do any more? Would you
I
want any
mean, I
more?
I want more
Yeah.
because I think they could do a whole lot. Uh, I mean, because I mean, they shouted out the Kanto region in one in a scene, but they didn't really. I mean, I didn't want them to go. Oh, it'd be cool to see like actual cities that are in the Pokemon universe
Mm-hmm.
as we have it now. Like the one that we the city that the most of the movie takes place in doesn't exist in any of the games, which is fine. That's not I don't care about that's not important to me, um, at all,
Well, I
honestly.
think you have to do that for this one because
If you
let's
didn't, people would be like, "Where's Ash?"
yeah, exactly. They'd be like, well, like let's say we take it like start in Palatown. Well, you can't do that because it's not a big city. But also, you're gonna have to think, well, where's Professor Oak? Where's Ash? You know, like where are all these people we expect to be there, or like the OG Pokemon people expect to be there, or like you couldn't do Verulian City because isn't that where Misty's from?
Cerulean City.
Cerulean City, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you're like, well, and then you have all this stuff of what people would want if you did do a specific city that everybody should know from the games, which is good. I think that's a cool aspect, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that it wasn't a city that was like said in the Pokemon games. But that now that we have talked about that, that makes a lot of sense. Because when you said, well, people will be like, well, where's Ash? That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Uh,
they mentioned the Kanto region so people can know, like, oh wow, I wonder if it's the same. It's so they're like, oh, it's probably the same universe. But as far as uh, as far as actually including it, so I think you can't include it in the first one
no,
because
yeah,
you're gonna set the audience apart where half of the audience know what's like gets it and then half the audience doesn't. So
exactly.
bringing everybody in on the same playing field and making it live action. Making it live action was really good. It's like the first video game movie that I think is good.
That's well. I mean, I wonder what. There's nothing really that would beat it. Um, there's like
No, I mean, just think about all the video game movies that have ever come out. We have Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. We've got Prince of Persia with Jake Gyllenhaal. We had a bunch of Tomb Raider movies. We had an Assassin's Creed movie.
that
We
Mario
had
Brothers.
that was one of the worst movies of all time.
I
We've
know.
got there was a Doom movie that came out with The Rock like back in the early 2000s. That was
I did
bad.
not know about that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them out
Is
there.
does the new Jumanji count as a video game movie? Because like they get
No,
sucked into a video game.
no, I'm talking about movies.
Oh, then you have
Spec-
Rampage. You have Rampage.
Specifically, no, yeah, but did that do anything?
Well, Rampage was a like I mean, Rampage was a video game movie. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but was it any like?
I never watched it. I don't know.
Oh,
Of the ones you said, I think the newest Tomb Raider got really good reviews. I think Rampage did okay. I know people are very upset with the Assassin's Creed movie.
it's got a 52 on Rotten Tomatoes.
What does?
Tomb Raider.
Okay, well maybe I'm wrong. So what does Detective Pikachu have right now? I guess
Uh, hold on.
because I mean I guess we have access to true facts to know if it's the best one right now. I guess when more people go see it, it'll
Right now,
either
it's got
sort of.
a 65 on Rotten Tomatoes. Really?
Well, I mean it's better than Assassin's Creed. And
And I
then
guess
what does Rampage have?
figured it was like in the 70s. Wow.
I think it's tough for video games movies for like because critics I think are more. I
It's got a
wouldn't say
52 as well.
it's got 52 as well. I mean, I don't know. I guess critics could be more critical or they don't understand what it's supposed to be.
I
Which
mean,
Rotten Tomatoes is audience based, isn't it?
No, there's critic and audience scores.
Okay.
Let me see if I can pull up the audience score for Detective Pikachu because I feel like it's really popular. I thought.
I think it was received well. I don't think anybody hated it.
No, I'm trying to see if I can find the audience score.
I
It's got
want.
an 84 audience score.
Okay, so that's a solid movie.
Yeah.
What does Tomb Raider have for audience score?
Uh,
Can you look that up, or is that
hold on.
accessible?
Hold on. I can look it up. Hold on.
Which we're getting
Uh,
more.
it's 56.
56, really? I thought it would be higher. So its critic score and audience score are pretty close.
Yeah.
So Sonic was in the previews of for Detective Pikachu, right? Like those were in the one of the opening previews or trailers.
I'm sorry. Which one was?
Sonic. So
Yeah, God Almighty.
they say they're gonna fix the animation for his he just looks weird. His face does. I don't know. I don't think that movie's gonna be good.
The problem I have with that is they're going to make all these people work, and the movie's still going to suck. Not because of him looking bad, but because just the writing is bad, and the plot is bad, and the acting is bad. That's what I'm worried about. All these people are going to put in all that work. And Sonic may look cool, but the movie's just still going to suck.
Yeah, and here's the thing: Sonic could look like whatever. That's not gonna make the movie. You're right. I think people are upset that he didn't look closer to the video game, which is like I don't know, whatever you want to think about. Like if you are going to a movie and you care more about what he looks like than what the actual story is, that's where you messed up, I think.
It's
So, or go ahead.
well, the other the other preview is Dora the Explorer.
I feel like that movie's gonna be bad.
Luis Medina is in it. He's pretty good.
What has Medina has been in?
He was in Ant-Man.
Oh, okay, yeah. The
He was in Argo. He's been in a lot of movies.
he's the dude that has the van in Ant Man. Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
Paul
yeah.
Rudd's friend. Okay, I know who Luis Mendez is.
Medina.
Medina. Why did I say Mendez? I think
I don't know.
I don't know. Medina. Luis Medina. Hey guys. So funny thing, lost the last bit of this episode. It was this really cool review of. I think we talked a little bit more about Sonic, and we talked more about John Wick. Or I talked more about John Wick 3 and like the John Wick universe, and we talked about Brightburn coming out, and it was a really cool part of this episode. But for some reason, GarageBand, the audio software I use to record, I don't know, something happened to it. I remember recording it because we had 40 minutes, and now we have like 27 minutes of the episode. But I'm gonna put out. I wanted to put out this because I thought it was fun hanging out with Chris. Next week we'll have Lucas back. It'll be the three amigos again. There's no updates, no announcements. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully this episode's been better than static, even though it was shorter than normal. But we love you guys, and we will catch you guys next week. Bye.
My name is Katie Cakes, and I am the host of Cake Bites, a podcast adventure through gaming history. I am just inviting you to come along with me on that journey while I interview people who have worked in and around the industry for the last 30 plus years to learn about their experiences and their perspectives, to learn more about an industry that is continuously evolving. I hope you guys will join me every 2 weeks when I release a new episode of the show on all major podcasting platforms. You can learn more about the show at cakebites.com.